David Wayne Carden Jr. Ooh, what a mouthful.
Come on, let's go. I wish Slim was here, Jeff. We need some help. This is Alabama Gold Camp. We didn't come here to mine gold. We came here to compete in Mine Lab's Masters of Metal. Teams who were invited to this competition had to first qualify by placing in a regional event held at several locations across the country. One of the events, seen here, is called Target ID, where each competitor has to swing over a pre-buried target and guess what lies beneath without digging it up. Just so happens, this is my smoking hot wife, but this isn't about the competition, so let's take it back to this guy. John David Wayne Carden Jr., gold miner extraordinaire, and a guy who would rather be dredging in the water than eating or sleeping. A gold camp regular and one of the nicest human beings we have ever had the pleasure of meeting. There's a certain kind of man who knows a place like it's stitched into his DNA. John is one of those men. When we rolled into Alabama Gold Camp, he didn't just point us to the creeks. He showed us how to read them, where the current slows, where the color settles, where patience pays off more than muscle ever could. 2 creeks run through this land, winding their way like old veins of memory. And standing there, knee-deep in the water, you get the feeling that this place hasn't changed much since the first pans hit the gravel. John talked us through the tricks of the trade, how to spot the telltale black sand, how to work the riffles just right, how to keep your head clear and your eyes sharp. All the while, the sound of running water filled the air, blending with the calls of birds overhead. It's a beautiful kind of quiet, heaven-like almost. The kind that reminds you why you came out here in the first place. Not just for the gold, but for the stillness, for the stories, for the kind of wisdom that only comes from men like John and places like this. First things first, before we even thought about the gold or the creeks, we had to find the right spot to call home. Out here, the land kind of tells you where to settle. We found a flat stretch tucked between 2 trees with a good breeze and the sound of running water close by. It felt like the kind of place that makes you slow down, take a breath, and know you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Mud in my boots weighing me down. Shovel hits a rock, but it don't make a sound. Digging for a glimmer in the cold, hard ground.
Oh, yeah. All right, y'all, we are here with John David Carden, the one and only. You might have heard him on the radio. We're getting ready to do some dredging here on what creek is this, Mr. John?
Wesaboga.
On the Wesaboga Creek
Crooked Creek meets.
and Crooked Creek, where they meet here. All right, there's our 4-inch dredge hose with our mammoth frickin' nozzle here. Here's the gold potty, as John likes to call it. This hooks onto the end of the sluice box via these little clips right here.
Here's our
In that
CDI.
bar.
Look at the CDI, Tom.
And when we go to do the clean out, that makes it that much easier.
Yes. We love you.
There's the mask. There's John. All right. Got the motor on the dredge. There's our stinger for the water supply. We're almost there, baby. You ready, Tishy?
I'm ready. I got my motor ready, Daddy.
I'm ready too.
Well,
It's on. All right. We got her floating. Here we are right here. Nice 4-inch keen. AU mining. Boom, boom. All we have to do is put the suction nozzle on and we're getting ready to hammer down, boys. Awesome. What a setup. First, we had to get the hole started. Standing knee-deep in the creek, we worked to move off some of the heavy overburden, just enough to see what the earth might be hiding below. Once the hole got deep enough, it was time to get serious and to get wet. We donned the wetsuit and the respirator and eased into the cold water to start some underwater dredging. That's where the real work and the real excitement begins. Me and my buddy, John David Carden. Here we are gold mining in Alabama. And we're gonna go check on Robert, see what kind of hole he's got going on here. We don't want to get in front of him. The creek's flowing that way, so we don't want to create a bunch of dust. So we're gonna stick this camera under here, see if we can get some good footage of him. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been dredging before, but let me tell you, it's no walk in the park, especially that first time. My buddy Robert here went all in, over 5 hours underwater on his very first dive. That takes some grit. He kept a steady flow of pay dirt moving and made sure every big rock stayed out of the hose to keep things running smoothly. Gotta hand it to him, he flat out earned his stripes that day. After a long day like that, there's only one thing left to do. See what all that hard work pulled from the creek. Let's clean it up and find out if the effort really paid off. All right. We clamped a little gold bucket or gold potty on there on the end of the beam. Uh-oh, got a bolt. That's a good sign. Heavies. You were going where there were heavies.
That's a good heavies.
Oh, there's a piece of gold right there. Here, the Hungarians. Hopefully we got some gold in those. And then this thing, this yellow device, is that bucket. Washing that miner's moss out, that's where all the gold is. There's our hardest worker of the day right there. Little apple. Say hi. Say hi, Dig. After a few shenanigans along the way, we got everything cleaned up, the miner's moss, carpet and riffles, and classified all the material, panning it down to the good stuff. With the hard work behind us, we were finally able to kick back around the campfire and enjoy some live music from the one and only John David Wayne Carden Jr. Stick around to the end of the video. where we'll share a picture of our cleanup and show exactly what we pulled from the creek.
Miles and miles of changes were made in everything that I believed in. You cheated, but not all it is lost. Believe me, my heart is not meant to break.
Not only did we get to enjoy a private Campfire concert from John, we were also lucky enough to hear one of his hit songs live on the radio that very evening. If you haven't already, make sure to check him out on SoundCloud. You won't want to miss it. Alabama Gold Camp is something truly special. The scenery, the creeks, and most of all, the amazing people we met along the way. It's a place that stays with you, and I can promise you this, I will be back. Thank you, Alabama.